We always have heard about this term Six Sigma. But do you know what is this Six Sigma? Why do we have Six Sigma and not Five Sigma or Seven Sigma? So without wasting any further time, let's start our video and get a more detailed understanding on this topic. Six Sigma is a set of techniques and tools that we use for process improvement. It is named after a statistical term Six Sigma, which measures how far a process is from perfection. It uses data to solve problems, eliminate defects, and reduce the amount of variation in the process. The targeted amount of variation is 3.4 defects per million opportunities, and this is equivalent to the product and service that are free from defect 99.9997% of the times, and its values lies between plus minus 3 sigma. So if we have a customer specification, so anything that goes between 1 sigma, 2 sigma, 3 sigma, 4 sigma, 5 sigma, and 6 sigma. So at 6 sigma, we will have 3.4 defects per million opportunities. Anything beyond that is a defect or waste. So this term Six Sigma refers to achieving a state where there are about 3.4 defects per million opportunities. So this concept of Six Sigma was first introduced within the Motorola by an engineer named Will Smith. So Bill Smith believed that getting rid of variations can improve the customer experience and increase the overall savings. Six Sigma actually has helped Motorola save millions of dollars in their revenue. And after witnessing the Motorola success, other companies like GE, Toshiba, Bank of America, and Intel have adopted Six Sigma as well. So in Six Sigma, they are basically two data-driven methodologies that we use, which are considered as a backbone. So one is the DMAC approach, which stands for Define, Measure, Analyze, Improve, and Control. And it is used when you are trying to improve or develop an existing process. The other approach is DMAT-V, which stands for Define, Measure, Analyze, Design, and Validate, which aims to redesign a new process altogether. So to do a Six Sigma project, you need a team, and Six Sigma professionals exist at every level, each with different roles and responsibilities. So you might have white belt, yellow belt, green belt, black belt, master black belt, and champions. White belt is the most basic level and has a foundation level of Lean Six Sigma knowledge. They can support the overall project but might not be a part of any Six Sigma project team. Yellow belt assist on Six Sigma project teams. They help create processes map, gather data to be analyzed. They understand the fundamental tools and technique and know how to apply to the project in the supporting role. Green belt do much of the work on the project, usually contributing to the project under the instruction of black belt leader. Green belt would like to spend approximately 25 to 50% of their time on the project. They have a strong level of Six Sigma knowledge. Black belt generally are the leader on the project team. Becoming a black belt typically requires successfully leading at least two projects and passing a certification exam. The Master Black Belt is a level recommended for those professionals who train and coach black belts and green belts. Here are some of the black belts to go on to become the Master Black Belts in future. They have a very advanced level of Six Sigma knowledge and experience, and they manages process improvement at the organization level. Last are the champions. They usually are the executive leadership team who provide support and investments in cultivating a strong process improvement culture across the business. So when we talk about Six Sigma, so how good we need to be when we talk about 0% defects? So there's a classical view of quality which says around 99% good, and then in the Six Sigma view of quality which says 99.9997% good. Let us take a few examples here. The classical view of quality says that 20,000 lost articles of mail per hour, and Six Sigma view it as 7 lost articles of mail per hour. Then we have the unsafe drinking water for almost 15 minutes per day, and Six Sigma says 1 minute of unsafe drinking water every 7 months. Classical view says 5,000 incorrect surgical operations per week, and Six Sigma says 1.7 incorrect surgical operations per week. Classical view takes a two short or long landing at most major airports daily, and Six Sigma says one short or long landing at most major airports every 5 years. 22 lakh wrong drug prescriptions each year. Then we have 68 wrong drug prescriptions each year in Six Sigma. And finally, no electricity for almost 7 hours each month. And Six Sigma says 1 hour without electricity for every 34 years. This is the prime examples of difference between the classical view of quality at 99% good and Six Sigma view of quality at 99.9997% good. So the goal of Six Sigma is to increase profit by eliminating variability, defects, and waste that undermines the customer loyalty. But why should you implement Six Sigma? So there are normally six things that you can should expect while implementing this Six Sigma. One is to increase profit. Next is to reduce defects. Third is to improve quality of products. Fourth is to know the stats. Fourth is to provide the career advancement. And next is to improve the corporate culture.